everybody? I'm the King Kami. Welcome back to another video. Today, you read the title. Today I saw The Little Mermaid, and I got a few thoughts I want to say about it. Now, before I get into this video, I want to give a little disclaimer. I think this review is really going to come down to personal opinions, because over the past week, since it's been a good week and a half since the movie came out, a good amount of people had numerous thoughts on this. Some people say it's very good, it's very awesome. Some people said that this movie sucked. Somebody even said that this movie was the worst movie of 2023. I don't care on the whole Ariel bias thing. It is not that bad, okay? In fact, for you to say it's the worst movie of 2023 clearly shows me that you have no intention of seeing Barbie the movie, okay? So clearly, let's calm down here. This is not the worst movie of 2023. And I'm not even going to go and say it sucked. I think it was personally enjoyable. My first thought when I left the theater was, wow, that was shockingly just enjoyable, entertaining. And I think non-biasedly, because again, I'm going to try to keep this as non-biased as I can, but I'm also put some personal opinions in there, because I think that's really what this movie comes down to. When I think about the fact that everyone's saying that's good, then you got some people saying it sucked, and I even see somebody said this is the worst movie of 2023, I think this movie really does come down to personal opinion. But to give it a non-biased review on certain things, I think the movie was very personally just enjoyable. I think that if you're an adult, you will enjoy this movie just as much as if you was a little kid. I think when a movie can deliver enjoyableness to both kids and adults, it's straight up just entertaining. And that's what this movie is. It's straight up just entertaining. However, there is a lot of negatives that can really outweigh the positives. And one of the stuff that really is negative about this movie is the same thing I said about Lion King. Of course, I didn't make no video about that. But when I did see that movie when it came out, me and my mother, we both saw it, and we both really did say it felt really flat in terms of delivering the message, the emotion, the feeling between the characters. A quick example, when Mufasa died and you heard Simba scream out no, in the animated version, you felt that. You felt that, you saw that, you can really hear that. But in the real live action version, when Simba said no, it was just, again, a real live CGI animation little lion cub just screaming out no, but just had his mouth open. You didn't really feel it like that. You didn't really feel it the way the animation version did. You know what I'm saying? And the same thing can be said here. The way that characters emotionally express themselves, the way characters emotionally see things, do things, how they think about things, it can be delivered a little flat here. I do think they did better than The Lion King. I think emotionally you can feel what some of these characters are going through, but again, it just falls flat. And I think also another thing is pacing. I think pacing kind of skips over a little bit. You can tell they edited this movie a lot. Okay. In fact, I'll give you an example. When the ship wrecks and, the prince and his crew, have their ship caught on fire and they have to abandon ship, they quickly jump to when they're on, rescue boats, when they're on, how I say it, lifeboats, if that makes sense. I'm sorry, I stumble a lot. When they're on lifeboats, but they quickly jumped into the water. You didn't see them take the lifeboats and unhook them or cut them off the boat. No, they just jumped into the water. Next thing you know, cut to the next scene, they're already on the lifeboats, paddling away. When I was in the theater, I was like, wait, how do they get from the boat to the water into the lifeboats just like that? The pacing kind of hurts a little bit. It really kind of does. And it's kind of just like, okay, this is happening. Like when Ariel's finally introduced, she's quickly already into the ship. Now, granted, you could say that was also in the cartoon, and granted, it kind of was. But it was just happened all so quick. Everything happened so quick in this movie. It's 2 hours and 20 minutes. But I think it was actually, I think it's 2 hours and 15 minutes. I could be wrong. But it kind of just jumps from scene to scene to scene to scene, and you don't really get enough time to feel emotionally what's happening to get a real sense of what's going on. You know what I'm saying? That's another thing that really kind of hurts. To give a good more positives, I will say Halle Bailey, whatever you pronounce her name is, Halle Bailey, I believe that's her name is. I will say, I do think she does a good Ariel. I do believe that she is truly the strength of the movie. I truly do believe that. Her, along with the animated animal characters of Sebastian, Flounder, and the bird, I really do believe those four characters really drive this movie going. And I think honestly it's because of dialogue. Like I said, the dialogue between these characters really takes it to another level, okay? The dialogue between Sebastian and the bird, how he's always, mistreating her, always, disrespecting her, calling her an idiot and stuff. It actually kind of helps. It actually gives you a little bit of giggles, actually. Flounder and his relationship with Ariel, you can actually see the cuteness behind it. And again, that's why I say it's very highly enjoyable. But again, the negatives can outweigh the positives because of just how much this movie falls flat in its emotion. And, in a Disney movie, you gotta feel the emotion. You know what I'm saying? I will admit, there's only one scene that really hit me emotionally, and that's when the father destroys all of Ariel's human belongings in her own home. You can definitely feel a little bit of that. But even then, when she's crying, when she's on the floor, with next to the statues and stuff, it still didn't really hit like that the way probably the animation version did. It just didn't hit like that. It just didn't make you be like, oh my gosh, poor Ariel. You just didn't really feel it like that. Even when she's explaining about trying to save the prince, it just falls flat. It just falls flat on how she's trying to talk about why she had to save the prince. It just doesn't deliver well as much as the animated version will. And that's really the problem with this movie. It just doesn't deliver it well. The emotions, the way characters are trying to express themselves, it falls very flat. And that's really, I think, the number one problem with this movie. And again, I can't really say that's really a knock against the movie or a knock against the actors because simply that's just how stuff happens. Sometimes it's hard for you to actually deliver an emotion the way an animated version can. It's hard to do that because, it's hard for you to have that voice come out the way the animation version comes. It's hard to have that hard facial expression the way the animated version does. It's hard to do that. So, some can say that's not really a knock against the actors or the movie itself just because of how hard it is. We get that. But for you to be a Disney movie, you gotta find a way to deliver the emotion, deliver the pain, the struggle, and the love, which I do believe they did. They do deliver the love. Although once again, it's fast paced. It's so quick. It's so, happening so fast. But you know what? In the end, guys, I will definitely say, Halle Bailey as Ariel, I think she did a tremendous job. I think she really carried the movie, especially when she lost her voice. I do believe that her being quiet and her not talking definitely did carry the movie even a little bit more. The second half of the movie, I will definitely say, maybe a little bit better than the first half. I think the first half is all good when they sing Under the Sea and stuff like that. Melissa McCarthy as Ursula, I gotta say, she was definitely good. She definitely delivered a evil witch. She had the voice, she had the facial expressions. I actually have to say, her as Ursula, I give her a 10 out of 10 for that. She really did her thing. Melissa McCarthy. I do have to give her that. She definitely did good. And guys, as the guy who played the prince, he definitely did his job, although wasn't in the movie as much, and as much as I would like for him to be. And again, there's still a little bit of missing piece in the romance between him and Ariel. You know what I'm saying? Just kind of, just like a missing piece there. Again, it just happens so fast. It goes back to what I said. Everything, the pacing just happens so fast. It just doesn't seem like it's right from when they finally meet up, when they finally, deliver the kiss. It just doesn't really mesh well. It seems like you're missing that piece. You're missing that love, that emotion, that connection that y'all had. You know what I'm saying? You're missing it a little bit. But in the end, guys, The Little Mermaid, I do believe if you haven't seen it, I do think that if you don't see it, you're not missing out on much. However, I do believe that if you need something to entertain you, if you need something that really just let the time pass, you should go watch this movie. Because just like me, you will leave the theater. I feel like you will leave the theater saying, you know what? It's not an awesome movie. It's not a 10 out of 10. But you know what? It was enjoyable. And that's exactly what I think it was. It delivered its job in terms of being enjoyable. It was just an enjoyable movie, and it actually entertained you, okay? It will entertain you. It will do its job in terms of that. When you think about if you just want a movie to entertain you, I think you will find this movie perfectly fine. And I really do think this movie will, definitely leaving you very satisfied. Do I think it's a really, really good film? No. Do I think it's a bad film to call it the worst movie of 2023? No, I don't think I can say that either. I think it does its job, but I think that there's definitely a lot of negatives that can be thrown around, and I can see why a lot of people are saying that this movie does not deliver what you thought it was going to deliver. But at the same time, I can see a lot of people satisfied with this movie as well. I'm going to give The Little Mermaid a 6.5 out of 10. I am. I'm going to call it an average movie. It's an average movie. Again, if you miss out on it, you ain't got much to worry about. If you really want to see it that bad, go see it. But if you don't, you're not missing out on it. It's just an average movie. But at the same time, you will leave satisfied if you're going with the right mindset. If you're just looking for something to entertain you, this movie will do its job. Please comment, like, subscribe. And the next movie I'll be doing is Transformers. I'm seeing that this Saturday. I'll try to get a review out for you this weekend. And y'all have a good day. I love y'all. Peace.